Queen and the celestial being. You're scrolling through your phone. On one tab, you see Ayra Starr has just clocked over 17 million monthly listeners on Spotify. 17 million. That's more than some European countries. Her song is a soundtrack to 1 million TikToks. Her face is on a billboard in Times Square. By all metrics of the new digital world, she's a global giant. Then we switch tabs. There's Tiwa Savage, shutting down London for her Water and Gary film premiere. She's on the cover of a major magazine. She's closing a multi-million naira deal with a bank. She's been called the Queen of Afrobeat by a publication that probably can't find Nigeria on the map. And you look at the two screens and your brain starts to do that thing it does when things don't add up. You ask yourself, every Nigerian asks at least 5 times a day, what did happen here? How can Tiwa be the undisputed, undefeated queen when Ayra has the numbers that make the global execs sit up straight? And how can Ayra be the new voice of a generation when Tiwa still holds the keys to the entire kingdom? Are they rivals? Is one replacing the other? Or is something else going on entirely? The answer is not that simple. And to understand it, you have to understand that in Nigeria, especially in our music industry, we're living in 2 countries at the same time. Welcome to the Federal Republic of Power. It has 2 main territories. Territory number 1 is the architect's blueprint. This is Tiwa Savage's country. To build power here, you need institutional validation. You go to the best schools, not Unilag, and I'm talking Berklee College of Music. You got a job, not a bank, but as a backup singer to George Michael and Mary J. Blige. You write songs for American superstars before you even think of dropping your own hit in Lagos. You build a fortress, brick by painstaking brick. It's the long game. Power here is solid, it's tangible, and approved by the elders of the global industry. Then there's territory number 2, the alchemist's blueprint. This is Ayra Starr's country. You don't need a degree from a foreign university here. You need a viral video on Instagram. You don't need a cosign from Western legends. You need a DM from Don Jazzy. Power here isn't built, it's sparked. It's not a fortress, it's a wildfire. It moves at the speed of the algorithm and is powered by the cultural currency of Gen Z. These 2 women are not just 2 artists. They are the living, breathing models of these 2 different blueprints for power. And if you look closely, you'll see there are levels to these things. Let's start with the money. Because at the end of the day, it's all about the bag. Tiwa is in a mogul era. She's playing the architect's game. Look at her endorsements. Pepsi, MTN, MAC Cosmetics, Techno. These are blue chip companies. They want stability, legacy, and a brand that says premium. They're not just selling a product, they're selling aspiration. Now, she's moved into film, executive producing and starring in her own movie. This is long-term wealth creation. It's the equivalent of buying land in Ikoyi. It might not be flashy every day, but its value is undeniable and it's not going anywhere. Ayra, on the other hand, is an alchemist. She's a cultural capitalist. Her endorsements, Coca-Cola, JD Sports, Darling Air, these brands don't want a face. They want access to the culture. They want the Gen Z lightning that Ayra has bottled. She isn't just selling a product, she's selling relevance. Her power is not in her portfolio, it's in her presence. She is the moment. It's the equivalent of flipping high-value crypto. It's fast, it's explosive, and it's what's hot right now. You see the difference? One is building an empire, the other is building a universe. And this difference in strategy goes all the way to the top. When Tiwa was ready to go global, she signed a direct, exclusive deal with Universal Music Group. She graduated from Maven, that was the architect's way. The only way back then, you leave the local system to join the global one. But when Ayra went global, the game had changed. Maven didn't let her go. They formed an alliance. Maven stays the main label, UMG handles distribution, and Rock Nation handles management. It's a partnership. The Nigerian label is no longer a feeder school. It's a co-CEO. That right there, that shift from a graduation to an alliance tells you everything about the balance of power. The alchemist doesn't need to leave home to conquer the world. But the deepest level to this is not about money or deals. It's about what they represent for women in this industry. It's about feminism. Tiwa Savage was a trailblazer, and being a trailblazer is a thankless job. It's brutal. She carried the burden, and when she released a video for Wanted in 2014, the country nearly broke. The slut shaming, the outrage, she became the industry shock absorber. She took the bullets. She endured the criticism for being too sexy, for being a mother who dared to be a woman. She was an African bad girl when it was a liability, not just a cool nickname. She broke down the door, and then came Ayra Starr, the sabi girl, the beneficiary. She walked through the door that Tiwa kicked open. She entered an industry where the ground had already been broken. Her unapologetic confidence, her micro miniskirts, her audacious feminism is received as an authentic expression, not as a moral failure. Why? Because Tiwa fought the war. Ayra's freedom is a cultural dividend paid by the battles of her predecessor. One had to fight to be seen. The other has the freedom to simply be. So why? Why did these two blueprints even exist? It gets why. The answer is the biggest shift in power in the 21st century. The move from gatekeepers to algorithms. Tiwa's era was defined by institutional gatekeepers. To blow, you needed the approval of record label execs, radio OAPs, TV station managers, and corporate brand managers. It was a top-down world. You had to play by their rules, get their stamp, and build your career within their structures. The destiny was in the hands of a few powerful people in a few air-conditioned offices. Ayra's era is defined by the algorithmic gatekeepers. The new Oga at the top is the TikTok For You page. The new kingmaker is the Spotify Discover Weekly playlist. Power is now bottom up. You don't need to convince an executive. You need to capture the attention of millions of individuals for 15 seconds. Your destiny is in the hands of a distributed network of code and user behavior. That single shift from people as gatekeepers to platform as gatekeepers is the root cause. It created two different worlds, and it requires two completely different survival strategies. Tiwa mastered the old world and has successfully transitioned into the new one. Ayra was born in the new one and mastered it from day one. So when you see them, don't see rivals, don't see a competition, see a timeline, see the evolution of an entire industry. Tiwa is a queen who built the kingdom with the tools she had, forcing the world to respect the crown. Ayra is a celestial being who is now creating new galaxies within that kingdom using tools that didn't even exist a decade ago. One is not better than the other. They're just two answers to two different questions asked by time itself. And if you can hold the truth of Tiwa's institutional power and Ayra's digital dominance in your head at the same time, without your brain exploding, you will finally understand this country. Besides this video you're watching, you can also read a quick article version of today's topic, or swipe through our blazing Instagram carousel that breaks it down in seconds. If you want more, we built an interactive web analysis so you can explore the facts and numbers yourself. And if you're really ready to go deep, every Newsense episode comes from extensive research, the kind that could take you days or weeks or even months to go through on your own. We even made full PDF available for you to download, all on our website, popcentraltv.com. I'm Olayinka, Obebe, and I do this every day. Catch Newsense on Popcentral TV, DStv 189, and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and X for more vibes and insights. Explore the stories, dive into the data, and keep the conversations going. Stay sharp.
Just so you know, this is for information only and not advice. Some details or policies might have changed by the time you're watching this.